Sure, your mobile phone will give you the time, but not nearly as conveniently or fashionably as a wristwatch does. Watches come in a variety of materials, often combined with stainless steel. But one of the more creative pairings is stainless steel with wood. This company makes wristwatches which feature exotic hardwood accents. This particular model is a limited edition series designed for New York Yankees baseball fans. The blue-painted maple comes from wooden seats salvaged from the original Yankee Stadium, which opened in 1923. At the watch factory, a worker first cuts a strip of wood just over 1/3 of an inch thick, then cuts it into blocks measuring around 3/4 of an inch by 1/3 of an inch each. Manufacturers will ultimately use these blocks to make the wood inlays in the links of the watch bracelet. The worker then cuts another strip from a piece of wood, this one nearly 1/4 of an inch thick. The worker then cuts this strip into nearly 2 by 2 inch squares. Each one will become a ring called a bezel that goes around the watch dial. Another worker mounts one square at a time on a lathe and bores a hole through the middle. She mounts several bored squares onto a steel mandrel that attaches to the lathe, along with a bezel template. As the lathe turns, a steel roughing gouge rounds the squares to the diameter of the template. She takes one bezel at a time and cuts it to the required thickness, about 1/10 of an inch. She then shaves wood from the underside so as not to remove the historic blue paint on top. To make the watch case, which houses the dial and movement, the manufacturers cut a blank piece of extruded stainless steel. Then place it in a computer-guided machine. Under a continuous shower of lubricant, the machine's 12 different tools take turns shaping the piece into a watch case. The first tools bore a hole in the middle for the movement and carve a groove around the hole for the wood bezel. The next tools cut the outside profile of the case and the lugs for attaching the watch band. Then the final tool drills holes in the lugs for the spring-loaded pins that attach the watch band to the case. Another computer-guided machine makes the watch band and links out of a bar of stainless steel. This machine reduces the bar in width, carves out the links, and bores holes for the connecting pins. A process called ion plating puts a black finish on all the stainless steel parts. Then a worker assembles 2 bands and connects one to the watch clasp. Next, he attaches the watch case window. It's made of sapphire glass, a crystal that's exceptionally durable. He inserts the self-winding movement and dial. The dial is a sheet of brass with cutout numbers and indices over a base. Coated in luminescent paint, the watch glows in the dark. He secures the movement to the case with a retaining ring, then inserts the crown, which sets the dial's hands. The worker screws on the stainless steel case back. The watch's window of sapphire glass allows you to see the working movement inside. The case back is engraved with the name of the limited edition collection and this watch's number in the series. He attaches the watch band to the case with spring pins. With the watch now fully assembled, it's time to inlay the Yankee Stadium wooden chair accents. Using a toothpick, a worker applies epoxy glue to the rectangular recess in each link. Then he places a wooden link piece in each recess. He follows the same process for the dial's wooden bezel. A worker sets the watch aside for 24 hours to let the adhesive set. Then, the worker buffs the entire surface on a cloth polishing wheel. This process removes the fingerprints and dust and smooths those historic wood accents. The watch automatically winds with wrist movement to reliably tell the time. while nostalgically going back in time.